Hey there, my name is Julien Séailles. I'm the CEO and founder of UBIK Agent, a platform that aims at being the AI operating system. This means that we give several tools to developers and end users in order to develop agents at scale that are more personalized and efficient than anywhere else. In order to do that, we rely on several corners inside the application that are the topic of this video. In this video, I will show you the different corners of the application, conversations, tools, documents and workspaces, and also the agent builder. I hope that you'll enjoy the video. If you want to learn more about UBIK, you can go on ubik-agents.com in order to discover more about the platform. See you! Welcome to the conversation corner of the UBIK Agent platform. In this video, I'll show you how a non-technical user can use the different agents that is available to them. So in this corner of the app, you have access to the different agents a user has access to. You have the possibility to explore the different conversations that you already had and search for information, and also select the different sessions in order to delete or rename them. In the platform, we are completely agnostic in terms of models. This means that you can select whatever model suits your use case. And in our case, the default agent here is set to GPT-4o. A user can add different context in order to help the agent fulfill the request, either by recording an audio, uploading a file or a video. And the user can also explore the different tools available for this agent. The user can then input a query, and the agent will try to fulfill it in the best way possible. Here, we ask a question about NVIDIA and the revenue of the Q1 2026. You see that there is a panel on the right that was opened that displays several information. You can see here the result of the execution of the different tasks that the agent undertake on behalf of the user, that display detailed information about the different results that the agent get over time. And you see that on the left, you have a summary of this information. That is what is pushed to the user. We can click on the source that was displayed on the side, and we can see that it opens the PDF file on the page with the mention of the different information. We can see here that the revenue for the gaming forecasted for Q1 26 is the right information that we got in the response of the agent. So these figures are reliable and verifiable by the user directly inside the interface. Now that we got this first interaction, we can ask another question, like for example, what are the key components to integrate AI into a product? And here, the agent will once again use the RAG search tool in order to search in the documents of the user and provide the response. So here, the key components to integrate AI into the product, you have a list of several elements that are mentioned, and also the different sources. But what is different from the previous RAG search is that some of these sources are not only PDF or HTML files, but also an MP4 files. This means that our platform is multimodal by essence, and you have the possibility to search through MP3, MP4 files, and any kind of documents. This is one of the key features of UBIK Agent. Now we can also ask questions about actual data, like for example, what are the adoptions of agents in 2025, and the agent will now use the web search tool, so it will determine on its own that it needs actual reliable data, and the agent once again display the different sources on the side with also the different websites that were used in order to perform this search. We can click on the source and it will open the browser on the web page associated. It allows the user to double check the information that it got from the agent to be sure that it is reliable and relevant for its use. So here we can see that this is a McKinsey study that was quoted. Now we can try to do something slightly more complex, which is uploading a file onto the platform and asking the agent to perform a specific summary and try to highlight some key information about it. So we are uploading the file, it is getting imported and analyzed by the platform, and now it is safe to use and possible for the agent to interact with it. So here we can ask a question, for example, to extract a comprehensive summary of this file, and the agent will run the information analysis tool. So this tool aims at analyzing a document in its entirety by using recursive summary techniques and also by focusing on the intent of the user. This allows to take a specific lens while doing the analysis in order to provide the most accurate and relevant answer to the user. So here we provided a file about sustainable AI, and the agent is doing multiple summaries in order to analyze this piece of content and try to provide the best response possible to the user. At the end, the agent will be able to provide this comprehensive summary that could be used by the user in order to, do market analysis or try to find relevant trends into this specific topic for a blog post. Whatever, this information analysis tool is really about taking global information and trying to do comprehensive summary rather than using local information when you do search within a specific document. Here we do the analysis of the whole document that could be several pages long. So as you can see, there is a lot of information that is mentioned, and you have the possibility to click on the quote in order to open the file and analyze that more thoroughly. Now we can delete this file from the chat bar, and also try to use one last feature of the platform, that is the ability to use code execution. So here we have the ability to tag a specific file that should be used by the agent in order to run specific code and be able to do some plot and analysis. So here the goal is to do like a financial analyst could do by uploading the different stocks about Total, which is a French company, and trying to draw some plots about the different evolution of the stocks during this year 2025, and also to draw some plots like the MACD, that is a plot that allows to take some decision for a financial analysis. So the agent try to break down into specific steps how to plot this specific information, and now we have access to the plot that is the result generated by the agent on behalf of the user. So in this video you saw what is the conversation corner of the app, how to use it in order to interact with the user, and also what are some core capabilities that you could expect for the different agents. In this video, I want to show you the document and workspace corner of the app. This is the part of the app where a user will be able to manage the different knowledge base it has access to and the different documents that the user has uploaded on the platform. As you can see, on the left, you have access to the different workspace of the user. The general one, where we have all the documents, the UBIK workspace, which is a shared one among all the users of UBIK, and also other workspaces created for each chat session. On the left, you have all the different documents, and now we can create a new workspace. So first, let's create the test workspace. That is an empty workspace with no document in it at first. We can go back into the general workspace and try to explore what are the different types of documents that we have. So we have HTML files, PDF files, and also CSV files, and even MP4 or MP3 files because the platform is multimodal. We can select 3 files that we want to add to the specific workspace that we just created. This will allow to provide a specific folder to the agent that we could create in the future that will have access to these 3 files by default. Now let's go back to the general workspace and let's explore a specific file. When you upload a file into the platform, we pre-process them with specific pipelines in order to extract the content and make them readable by the agent. So as you can see, this was processed with the normal parsing pipeline, but you have also the low latency that tries to extract the text quickly, but is not that much robust. The normal pipeline that will use several vision models and OCR models in order to extract the text, and the improved one that will use vision language model. You can see here that we extracted in the digitized version images and text associated to the document. In the markdown part, you only have the text, the raw text extracted from all the elements of the app, and the original corner allow you to see what were the different texts identified, highlighted on the file itself. And this is what is used when you do some search into the platform and try to have some answers based on your documents. We can quote specific parts of the document because of this pre-processing that happens when you upload a file. When you are on the platform, you also have the ability to import several files, scrape them, but also search for a specific element. Here we are looking for the BNP text into the different documents that we uploaded. So 4 occurrences were found, and you have access to other filters in types, date, or name of files. Now that we have explored this, you can see that you can also switch into a list or go back to the gallery version and also upload a file. So let's upload the file. When you upload the file, you import it onto the platform, we pre-process them, and then we make it digestible for a large language model, as I explained before. You can also scrape some URLs based on websites in order to provide the website as a data source. So you can use simple scraping or crawling that allow to go into the different pages inside the domain. You can then rename the specific workspace that we created before and also delete it if you need. All these elements allow your user to manage their knowledge base in an easy way into the platform and to be able to use documents with your agents in the most efficient way possible, because we analyze these files and extract the content in order to make them compatible with the different agents. In this video, I would like to show you how you can build, customize, and use an agent in our platform. We are on the corner of the application that is the agent builder that allow you to explore the different agents available for a user. You can search an agent, filter by their different statuses, and also be able to start a conversation or see more information about the agent. We'll explore the UBIK default agent, that is the agent by default on the platform. You can see that you have several data and information about the agent. You can explore the system prompt of this agent to see how it should behave and so forth. You also have the ability to go to see the different tools that are the capabilities available to this agent in order to respond to the user. So here we have 5 default tools. And now we can create a new agent. This new agent will need several information. First, a name. So here we will develop a support agent that will rely on the documentation about UBIK available on the website. So we provide a name, a description in order to be easier for this agent to be found by the several users. And we can select the model. We are completely agnostic. In our case, we will use GPT-4o. Then you can customize the agent type, but this is a more advanced feature for another video. And you can also set specific parameters. In our case, I will set RAG scoping to exclusive. It will define that the agent will only use the document that is provided in the files and workspaces when using the RAG. Now we can set the different prompts and examples. So here I detailed several information about how the agent should behave, what are the tools available, and also we provide some specific variables that are dynamic and that allow to personalize the experience. You can insert other ones, but in our case, we just have user info and the date. Now we can customize the data source that the agent will have access to. Here, I will add the website of UBIK that hosts several information about the project and the different features that we have on the product. But if we needed to add more than one or several files, we could use also the workspaces that is handled by the documents section of the app. We can now add the new tools to this agent. So I will add the RAG search, which is a document search tool, and also information analysis that allow to analyze more deeply a document. Now the agent is created. I can double check that the instructions are properly formatted, and also that my file is available for this agent and that the tools that I've selected are the right one. This is the case, so I can start the new conversation in order to test the agent. So I see that the file is already uploaded. I can ask a question. Is it possible to use tools and build them with UBIK? In our case, the agent understands that it needs to use the RAG search. It uses the RAG search and provide an answer to the user based on this document. So in my case, it is possible to build tools on UBIK, and I see some other information about the platform itself. Now I can ask a more complex question that will need to analyze deeply the full document. So it's not a local information like the one we could have found before with the RAG search, but here we need to summarize the full website in order to provide the response to the user. So here the agent is detecting an intent, so summarizing the key points of the platform and the reason for its existence. And the agent used the information analysis tool in order to do that and provide the answer to the user like you can see on the screen. This allows to really provide the best experience possible for your user. Now that we have this response, we could ask a last question, that is, I saw the product and I would like a live demo of it, and I also have several security questions about it. Who should I talk to? And here the agent provides the information to talk to the contact@ubik-agent.com, which is an email that was provided in the system prompt. So you saw in this video that in under 5 minutes, it was possible to create a customized agent with specific tools, specific documents, in order to provide the best tailored experience possible for your users. In this video, I will show you the tool corner of the app. This is the part where both technical and non-technical users can create, compose, and deploy tools that will be served to their agents inside the UBIK Agent platform. In order to do that, you can see that you have an interface where you can create new tool and also explore existing tool. We will select a specific tool, here the web search tool, and try to test it. This tool has some input parameters that are the query that should be used for the search. And then you see that you have the user interface that is displayed, that is evolving as long as the agent fetch new information and provide the response. All these elements are integrable through API and iframe. What you can see on the bottom of the screen is also that you have a specific description and some input schema that are information leveraged by the large language model when they use this specific tool. All this information is really important. Now let's see how to create a new tool that will leverage this web search tool and also the RAG search tool. It will be a mixed search agent that will leverage these tools. So it could be an external API. If I'm a technical user and I've already developed the feature, I can add it into the UBIK platform. But it could also be a tool that I want to build inside the interface with a low-code, no-code interface. So I select Builder tool and I click on Create. Now I'm on the Builder interface where I can see that I have the workflow inputs and the workflow outputs that I could configure. So I open the right side panel, I input the user query that is a string and that is the input of this workflow, and this is described with the specific description in order for the large language model to know what is this user query about. And then I define the outputs that are also strings, and I can define what are they for the large language model as well. As you can see, I've added the web response, and now I can add the RAG response to the workflow outputs. Here I can also define the specific description. Once I will be done with this configuration, I would be able to click on Save and close the right side panel in order to open the left side panel that will display all the different nodes, which are the different tools available, and also some logic nodes that are at the bottom, like LLM inference or code execution. I start by adding the web search specific tool and link the user query with the query of the web search node and the response to the web response output. I will do the same with the RAG tool, and this is what defines the logic of this specific tool and that allow me to customize it. Now, this logic is set up. I can save these specific changes and start working on the last part of building a tool, which is creating the interface. In order to create this interface, I would be able to say that the web response would be a specific markdown type of text display, and I will do the same for the RAG response. Then I can click on Save and start testing my new tool. I can open the specific panel for that and input the specific input that I want to perform the search on. So here, what is the company Malt doing? So it will perform the search both on the web in order to find information about Malt. Once it finds this information, it provides the response, and it will do the same inside my knowledge base based on the documents available. And there is some documents about Malt that could give a specific answer. So here the user has some specific quotes and is able to source the information both from the web and the documents of the user. So as you can see, all the information were provided. Then we can go into the live logs for technical users that want to change the interface and use it through API and integrate it into an external system. We can also set up some specific parameters into the different nodes, like web search, for example, where we can say we can specify the date for the different web results based on the actual date, and we can do similar customization for the RAG search, where we could force some specific documents to be used in this node. So as you can see, in under 5 minutes, we were able to create something that is close to an agentic RAG, where we use both web search and also RAG directly with our agent. All of this is usable either through an agent into the platform, but also through API or iframe like provided into the developer documentation of UBIK.